Okay, so definitely need to make my videos a little bit more energy based, but it's really hard. Probably get a little easier here. It's been hard because I've been so tired lately. Um, I definitely need to shorten them up. Uh, really, it's just I felt good waking up today for the first time. Man, I look crazy. I felt good today for the first time in a while, and I mean like not better, but like good. And good is different than just like feeling better because you like want to go. You when you're trying to get going, it's not like you can't get moving. Where I woke up today and I obviously had to wake up, but I was ready to get moving. I mean, almost right away. I mean, I was ready to go. And so what happened after that was I went for my run. Shocker. So the best part was all the other people running and walking and being out with them. Man, that really is. If you ask anybody about running and walking, it's definitely different now because everybody drives. Everybody's in a car. Nobody's walking. No one's out. It's saying waving hi to somebody, and just being a part of being out. It's just stuck in your car, blasting music, talking on your phone, doing your makeup, yelling at whoever, avoiding eye contact at all costs. It really does make your day better. Whether you're walking, running, or, whatever. I run past 3 schools when I go for a run, or 2. No, I don't know. No, 3. I do run past 3. And what I find is funny is that no kid walks to school anymore. And I mean, these schools are off of, a 1-lane road or a 2-lane road, depending on how you do it. And all these kids, these kids, they probably would have to walk like a mile or so, but they always get dropped off. They always get picked up. And what's funny though is that on occasion you will see a kid, walking home, and he just looks so oblivious to the world and so happy. And then you look at the kids in the cars, and they all are like, well, they either got their phone out or they're like, I don't know. It's hard to describe the body language, but like if you were to judge somebody from looking from the outside, kid is like sprinting, doing like galloping, like he's got like his backpack and just stuff all over his phone. It's all over. It's just, you can tell that he just no big deal. He's excited to get home. He's just excited to be out of school. And anyway, so that is actually, on a good day when I'm not all upset, or, not upset, when I'm not all like in pain and I can kind of like just enjoy my day. It's the difference between suffering and, mentally like straining to like get through and being so alert to everything going around that you can, notice things and notice people and have an idea of what's going on in the world around you, and you're not just focused on, getting through. It's just 2 different types of running. And on that note, I really started out running way faster than I thought than I really wanted to. And because this has all been about pacing, and I'm not really getting off the topic. It's just for a while that I got up, going to the climax of the pacing was like part of the suffering. And really, once you get up there, you're just kind of like, for at least a week, I was just sort of just in recovery. but I had to pace myself through those times, through the week, just to still get through the week. And then, like I said, I could push a little bit harder instead of having to be like cautious about it. But today I went for a run and I got through, and I kind of keep a time of where I'm at all the time. Like I have a watch that keeps track of my stride, but I don't think it's too accurate. But I do notice where I am and what time I get there. And so today I was like a good solid like 2-3 minutes faster than I normally set out when I'm like a little bit more sore, or at least how fast I typically have been running in the past like 3 to 4 weeks. Now I know that I have ran that distance in a much quicker time. I just noticed today that I had picked up my pace quite substantially. And part of this pacing process is also when you are running, when you're feeling good and you can run faster, just not running faster. And part of it is just not always going hard every single time. And part of it is just, like building that confidence where you just run and you can make it and you can get there. And it's always, like I was talking about, is that like just building yourself up, going for a run, but being able to handle, knowing you can go way faster, like substantially faster, but backing off because you just want to maintain, or like I had just previously wanted to just sort of maintain my speed that I had gone the past few weeks, just because I didn't want to go out and burn myself out on my first shorter run, which I guess I didn't say that I ran about, only like 3 to 4 miles, obviously with a couple miles of warm up and stuff. But that's the whole point of, why pacing can get you there. And then when you're going down, like where it's like building you back up just by like not driving so hard that like, that at any point in the run, you could, take off. And so I guess part of it also is that because I was running slower, I was able to look around and just like have a very good time. Now, I know that these points aren't necessarily like points on how to like, get the best 5K ever, and like how to be like, how to get the medal for your trophy room or whatever. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, I have to joke a little bit because like I know that I'll never be good enough to like become first place in any sort of event of running or biking or any of that crap. So I had to like act like I don't care, because I do care. And but anyway, so this isn't exactly to help you get that medal and all that crap, but when you do back off and you just kind of run and you maintain like a pace that you've previously mentally just barely been able to do, when you look around, I mean, it is just like the way you feel while you're running. You're not worried about getting hurt. You're not worried about like, are you going to be able to maintain this pace? You're not worried about, I mean, like all the things where I can look around and like notice the details of where I'm at and enjoy, I can do that because I don't have all the little things going on in my brain to like keep me like on task, because it has now become a much simpler task. And I was going to just stay to 5 minutes, but since this isn't even being posted regularly, I guess I can just rant a little bit, because my longest run, so 2 years ago when I started, my longest run became my next year's shortest run, and I would not go out for a shorter run than that. And now my longest run is so much longer than my shortest run that it's almost mind-bending on how far I actually go in comparison to what I used to really have a hard time with. And so that's why this whole process has just been very interesting to see. And today, why it was such a good run was because I just so easily was able to do it. and enjoy everything else besides having to worry about running. And so that is part of why pacing is such a freaking awesome thing. Is that like when you notice that you're running too fast, like I noticed, not looking at my clock, but just kind of looking around and being like, holy crap, like this is coming, and just the feeling that I was just going quick, which was also justified by the time, which isn't the correct terminology, but who cares? So that becomes like part of the fun, is that on the downside, when you're healing, because I'm still healing, trust me, I am not out of the, I'm still hurting. Like I'm still sore, still tired, but you know, I've just gotten past that threshold of just complete misery. And that's also what's really cool about it. Okay. And that's why I guess I understand why people would rant a little bit. And because you don't understand how good you feel because until you've gone through all the hell that you just went through. And there's levels of it. You know, like sometimes you set out on goals you never make. And when you get done, you're like, damn, but next time I'll get there. And then sometimes you're lowering the bar. But what happens a lot of times is that you're lowering the bar in relationship to your output and your training. So like say like this year I met all my goals, and I might have brought in contrast, I might have brought my goals down, but I still far exceeded where I was before. So even though I was like, okay, well, I know I can push this far for this long, and it still was further and longer than I've ever gone, which is just cool. It's fun. And I guess it may not always be like that, but for now, I'm not worried too much about the future and about what's going on. It's just, that's why the pacing is so much better. And I understand I've said pacing like 500 times, but for real, all today was like the gold star of like pacing, just like on the other side, where it was like, instead of like keeping up, I had to like draw it back down. And I mean, I'm not running any spectacular times. I mean, I kept it to a 13.5 minute mile. Now, I do understand that like that may also seem ridiculously slow, but you also have to keep in mind that I'm not running on a flat, perfectly paved, not perfectly paved, but like I'm not running on a track. I'm not running on a trail. I'm running on concrete, going uphill, having to stop, make adjacent right turns. I don't know if that's right. Left turns. I have to stop. I have to go. I mean, it's pretty hard to get a rhythm going where I run. And part of why I do that is because that actually has been helpful in the past, because it keeps me way over. Because a hard part of running is like when you have to stop and then you have to get going because you get into a rhythm. But once you get used to doing that, it just becomes a much or you can apply that to many other things. So anyway, I'm not going to rant any longer. I just wanted you to know that like I'm doing better, and by you, I'm talking to me. I'm glad I'm doing better. I mean, I really felt decrepit, that I was not going to make it. And, I'm finally feeling a little bit better, and I just really cannot wait. Like I said, this past week, I do remember, this is why this video is taking so long, because I didn't make a video the past 2 days. But I remember that I said that I was really excited for the rest that I got last week. And I can affirm that it was 100% just absolutely needed. All that rest, I feel it took me, I mean, I was still hurting yesterday, and then today I felt like way better. But where it really could feel it was when I went for a run, is that it wasn't a big deal. I remember it being this way, and it's literally been such a terror for so long that I forgot that it can be different. That it can be enjoyable, and sometimes you forget why. Why you even do it in the first place. So anyway, had a great day. Hopefully tomorrow's even better. Tomorrow I will make a 5-minute video, no less, no more. It's going to be right on time, right on, and I'm going to try to make it right after I run, where I'm still upbeat instead of where I'm at right now, which is like kind of coming down. So I'll try to fake it tomorrow a little bit better than I faked it